Hello everybody, Salty Walty is back. We are going to continue a video, or video idea I like to do. It's like custom mobile suits and stuff. So here we have the Hildoflr. I've been working on this one for a while now. I've had two mobile suits set and ready, mine and Daniel's. I asked King Poseidon, he never gave me his, and it's been like two and a half months, so I said screw it, I'll have Grok make the other one. So before we start reading off the mobile suits, we're gonna go ahead and, I'm gonna look up what mobile suits, were on that list besides the Hildoflr, and I'm gonna let you guys know what it was. Let's see. It is further down than I thought it was. Oh my goodness. So, the next mobile suit we would do is the Armored Gym. If anyone has any custom Armored Gym ideas, type them down below. You have to kind of give me a lot of information. You can't just say, I want the Armored Gym with more armor and a different weapon. You can't do that for me. You need to really let your Camille out and go autistic on this mobile suit design, like how I have mine right here. So, with my Hildoflr, it's called the Jaeger. It's the Hildoflr Jaeger because I use bits and pieces from both suits. So I reduced the weight, implementation, swap non-critical chassis sections, upper hull plating, internal bulkheads with lighter titanium ceramic composites inspired by the Gelgoog's armor. Streamline the turret by trimming excess armor around the rail cannon, and yes, mine's got a rail cannon, and replace bulky hydraulics with compact servo motors for the tracks and suspension. This reduces overall weight from 220 tons to just 185 tons without compromising the monolithic base and core systems. Improves, for the benefits of this, improves speed to 160 kilometers an hour, enhances fuel efficiency, and boosts traction on varied terrain, mud, and urban debris. Logistically, it's easier for Xeon to transport and maintain in late war scenarios. Enhanced anti-ACQC defenses. So, with my idea is that because I am running a modified high-performance Gelgoog Jaeger generator. Sorry about that, chat. I forgot my headset mic is not the one I'm using right now. It's my Snowball. Sorry, I had to go to the kitchen to turn off something. So I'm using a Gelgoog Jaeger beam generator, right? So I do have enough power to mount beam sabers to the suit. So, where was I at? Adds 2 to 4 small missile launchers with proximity triggered beam dispersal mines. So during the 1 year war, due to anti-ship combat, there are suits that are equipped with anti-beam missiles. They explode. You see this on the what's that big mobile armor from? They had all the Ogos in them. That suit or that mobile armor had missiles that could do that. And weren't exactly big missiles, so I put them on my Hildoflr. And they're housed in the Zog 2 missile pods on the suit, which detonate into an anti-beam chaff cloud about 100 meters to disrupt close-range attacks. Upgraded the twin-linked beam machine guns with basic AI targeting systems. So the thing about my Hildoflr is it doesn't transform. It is permanently in tank mode. I got rid of the shovel arms, and in those places are 2 twin-linked Jaeger beam machine guns with enhanced cooling to act with rudimentary AI, mind you, to act as anti-air or anti-CQC weapons, which is really cool if you ask me. With basic AI targeting system adapted from the Gelgoog Jaeger's fire control computer for predictive tracking against agile foes, reinforce the undercarriage around the beam emitters with localized anti-beam coating to prevent damage while slashing maneuvers. So if someone gets real close to me I can make beam sabers emit, and I can drive thrower, kneecapping people, taking them out. Benefits: counters aces like Armor, who bypass ECM via intuition and deter CQC swarms from Jims or Zaku's. That makes the tank more self-sufficient without needing constant allied support. Improved rail cannon efficiency. So this is a personal idea of mine. Equip the rail cannon with a hybrid ammo system. High velocity slugs for heavy armor penetration and lighter energy efficient rounds for softer targets, aircraft, or infantry. Add a capacitor-based recyclable energy loop to harvest surplus energy or surplus power from the Jaeger generator while during downtime, allowing quicker recharges or burst fire. Benefits: extends ammo reserves and endurance, reducing resupply needs amid Xeon supply chain collapse. This keeps the railgun firing longer in prolonged battles like Jaburo. Refined refined ECM for flexibility. Implementation: upgrade the ESM suite with variable modes, wide area jamming, 5 to 10 kilometers for general disruption of comms and sensors, and focused high intensity burst, 1 to 2 kilometer to overload specific mobile suit systems. This build on existing Xeon tech, aka the Dom's diffusion beam, without Saikamu elements. See, I could have added, because they were prototyping some anti-Saikamu stuff during the 1 year war, and I'm like, yeah, I could add that, but that doesn't seem like it would be worth the while, so I didn't go with that. Let's see, where did I, benefits: adds tactical adaptability, use wide mode for squad support, or focus burst to cripple a single Gundam-like threat. It synergizes well with smoke launchers and anti-beam mortars for layer disruption. Titan feasibility with lore tweaks. This could be ignored. This is not really useful for our story. So my firepower rating is a 9.5 out of 10. The hybrid rail cannon ammo and energy loop make it supremely versatile. Sniping gun cannon 2s at 15 plus kilometers with slugs, or shredding air support with lighter rounds, all with sustained fire. Beam MGs with AI targeting with boost AI, anti-air and CQC lethality. The beam emitters remain a nasty surprise. Still power intensive, but the generator covers it. This edges it up from a 9 out of 10 for better endurance. Defense. Proximity mines and reinforced undercarriage deter CQC swarms, while AI beam machine guns and anti-beam mortars create a robust shield against beams and missiles. Variable ECM adds layers to blind enemies. It's now ace resistant without Saikamu tech, but the tank size still makes it a big target if ECM is overwhelmed. Up from 8.10 for improved close threat handling. Mobility. Rationale: at 185 tons, the upgraded tracks and shocks and servo motors, it hits 160 kilometers an hour and navigates terrain like a beefed up Magella tank. Smoke launchers aid escape, but it's no hover MS. The lighter frame reduces fuel strain, fitting Xeon's logistics. Significant jump from 7 out of 10, making it viable for hit and run tactics. Utility: 9 out of 10. Variable ECM modes enhance battlefield control, disrupt entire Fedi platoons, or focus on Gundam modular systems, ease repairs. Focus on a Gundam. Modular systems ease repairs and efficiency tweaks, extend overall operation time. Mines with smoke, Mines and smoke add guerrilla flare. It's squad enabler, but less effective against pure manual targeting. Holds at 9 out of 10 as the Saikamu exclusion caps anti-new type of utility, but variable modes keep it strong. So a lot of this is just recapping my suit. So let's go on to Daniel's. I really like Daniel's Hildoflr. It's very, very, very funny. It's called the Sea Spray. And it's legitimately an aquatic Hildoflr. And it's cool as hell. I really like how he came up with the design of this mobile suit. Or mobile tank, technically. It's cool. It's very, very unique. This is what I like about customizing mobile suits, because you get different people's perspectives on how they would do things. And I'll tell you right now, his Hildoflr is ballin'. So, his Sea Spray has a hover platform size, partly with the original Hildoflr, about 35 meters and 220 tons. Keeps it beefy yet agile, and the folding torso for streamlining is still a slick nod to Zeon's transformable designs. Like, I don't know why they said transforming like Goof Custom and Dumb. They don't do that. The 16% power plant boost Minovsky fusion reactor presumably ensures stability for the quad sub-rock array and those screaming nuclear turbojets. The bluish-gray white tiger stripe camo is perfect for coastal jungle ops in South Asia, blending in monsoons and reef mists. New addition: 2 rotating chaff launchers and a rear smoke discharger give it a much-needed defense layers against Federation beam rifles and missiles, addressing a key weakness from the original. The long-range sonar remains a standard for the sub hunting. So one thing I gotta start doing with these videos is start separating these sentences to help my eyes. Especially because I woke up with a migraine, and I'm still fighting that. Weaknesses. The hovercraft's maintenance demands those jets are fuel hogs, and noise profile detectable by FETI, sonar, or recon persist as issues. The maintenance accident in the lore, because Daniel does this really cool. He adds stories to him, and I love that he does it. He's very intelligent when it comes to this. Like, for his story, he goes out and he sinks like 7 aqua gyms, several gym ground types, like 8 subs before he finally gets taken down. Like, he gets a massive tally of kills. It's crazy. 1-year war fit, we're not worried about that. Shrinks. The clarified quad 4-tube 340mm sub-rock array, sourced from the Zaku Manor, nice touch, is a beast. 16 total tubes for anti-ship, sub salvos, capable of shredding Salamis cruisers or subs from 30+ kilometers away with sonar guidance. The 90mm armor-piercing autocannon pods, now 180 rounds each, up from 160, are versatile, handling gym ground types, merchant halls, or even low-flying Medias. Oh my god, my eyes. I gotta keep this separate so my eyes don't get confused. Oh my goodness. That fucked with me there. Let me separate this sentence too real quick. The AP rounds lethality against Federation composites, the front right depth charge launcher, which is probably another cool, one of my favorite weapons. 4 charges now doubling as landmines. By the way, if you guys have never seen what a fucking depth charge can do on land, that thing is like borderline nuke level. It's stupid. It's not really that powerful, but you're going to be baloney missed if you're near that, essentially. Front left 2-tube 633mm torpedo rack, making it a Swiss Army knife for ASW and coastal mayhem. The chaff launches countering missiles and beam locks, and smoke discharger obscuring retreats are clutch for survivability. Weakness, still no beam weapons, and it's outclassed by the late UC 0079 Gundam's RX-78-2, which, we don't care about that, let's be honest. Armo's getting cooked by any of our Hildoflrs. It's or beam-equipped gyms at range. Ammo limits 360 rounds for guns, 16 sub-rocks, 4 depth charges, 2 torps. I mean, it's a sprinter, not a marathoner reloading on the field. Good luck without a Mars nearby. I ain't worried about that, and for whatever reason my music has stopped playing. I have no idea why that is. It should still be playing. Let me fix that real quick. Boop. Is it because I did not have loop on? It's probably that shuffle. Repeat. There we go. Hopefully that's the right one. I don't know. Sorry about that. I haven't done this in a while, so. Comparison to the original sub-rock clarification 4x4 tubes versus vague quad spray and plus 20 rounds per gun pod push this to near perfect defensive chaff smoke address the original vulnerability to MS swarms, though beam weapon absence keep it from a 10. So like Grok has a hard on for things getting a beam weapon. Like even suits that can't feasibly run one, like the Zaku 1. I made a really cool Zaku 1 running the 880mm Rakaten bazooka. It had a captured 100mm machine gun, which is already better than the Zaku machine gun, and it had a heat hawk on the back and then a heat sword on the hip with missile launchers on the legs, an upgraded thruster system to not bog down without extra rate for space, and it had the wrist-mounted minigun from the Gulf Custom. And he's like, well, it wouldn't do good because it just doesn't have beam weaponry. I'm like, what do you mean? I have an 880mm rocket launcher here that quite literally nothing even in Unicorn, if you get hit by that the Rakaten bazooka, you're done for. You're dead. There's nothing surviving that. But whatever. So yeah, it's just Grok has this weird hard-on for beam weaponry. Like, you know, it makes sense because beam weapons are pretty darn strong, but like not everything needs it. Let's see. The loadout is Fetty's Navy's worst nightmare ideal for sinking convoys and ambush subtenders. The kill tally 7 subs, 2 frigates, 1 destroyer, 14 merchants, and 5 gems feels more like a plausible with these upgrades. Performance and mobility 7.5 out of 10. Strength 83 miles per hour. Folded and 137 deployed is still blistering, outrunning most Fetty's tanks and early gems. The nuclear turbojets enable blue water ops, skimming reefs, and beaches with ease. The folding torso keeps it aerodynamic for hit-and-run strikes. The 16% power plant increase ensures the hover platform can handle the extra weight, chaff, smoke systems. Weakness, speed drops when deployed. Torso up for combat, makes it a target for beam snipers or fast movers like core boosters. Hover tech struggles on rough terrain, urban rubble, dense jungle, and those jets would cook in South Asia's humidity. No space compatibility. It's a ground mobile suit, so that's another weird thing that Grok likes to take into an account. It's not a space suit, so I don't know. Strengths, so built for fast attack, search and destroy. This thing, Xeon's pirate's dream. Hit Fetty supply line, sink subs, fade into mist with smoke and chafe cover. The kill tally 7 subs, 2 frigates, 1 destroyer, 14 merchants, 5 gems proves its worth in South Asia's zones. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. I'm gonna probably screw it up and get canceled. Where Xeon needs to disrupt Fetty naval supremacy, the depth charge is doubling as mines add sneaky versatility for ambush and ground units. The Zaku Mariner's sub-rocks tie to its Xeon aquatic MS lineage, grounding it in cannon. Weakness, single prototype limits its impact. Xeon needs mass-produced Zakus, not one-off Wunderwaffen, or if for those who don't know, Wunderwaffen is Wonder Weapon. So if you ever get the Wunderwaffen DG2 in Call of Duty, you quite literally have a Wonder Weapon. The maintenance fires, so Xeon underscores its fragility in prolonged campaigns. Comparison to the original, defensive upgrades make it more survivable in its role, pushing the score up to 0.5. It's now near ideal raider, though still a lone wolf. 1 year war fit. This could have swung several key naval engagements. Alright, so now for, let's see. This is Grok's Hildoflr, mind you. He went very basic. That's kind of surprising. That's not like Grok. Grok tends to go fucking ham, but not today. He keeps it pretty much standard. He just adds more weapons. Heavy artillery, mobile fortress, anti-land ship platform, height. Mobile suit mode is 18.5 meters, torso raised. Length, tank mode, 35 meters. 220 tons, kept heavy for stability during 30 centimeter cannon fire. For those who are not good at conversions, 30 centimeters is 300 millimeters, just so you guys know. Power plant, Monosky, ultra compact fusion reactor, early Xeon version, same as the late war Dom Gelgug's reliable but thirsty. Armor, super hard steel alloy, standard Xeon wartime grade, layered with reactive, a pleak, I would assume that's how that's pronounced. Plates scavenged from wrecked Magella tanks for extra high explosive resistance. Armament upgrades, all cannon compatible tech. Primary weapons, the 30 centimeter 42 caliber smoothbore cannon, main gun retained from the original's a massive punch. High explosive armor piercing cluster rounds for anti-armor and or anti-infantry saturation. Added a quick reload auto reloader inspired by Zaku 2 spare parts, reduces cycle time slightly from 15 seconds to 10 seconds between shots, which is weird because it's that long. Because he's in Igloo, that thing is shown firing shots off like every 2 seconds. I don't know, unless they change the lore on it. Stabilized dual hydraulic shovel arms, now reinforced with Goof-inspired heat-resistant plating for bracing on uneven ground, which I don't know what that means. Goof-inspired heat-resistant plating, unless it's talking about like the heat whip, which makes sense. Or yeah, I guess that would make sense. Or improvised melee blocks. Secondary weapons. 2 120mm Zaku 2 machine guns, shoulder mounted on mobile suit mode or mobile mode, coaxial and tank mode, standard 0079 ammo capability for easy resupply. So, for those who don't know, as the war progressed, Xeon made different munitions for the Zaku 2 machine gun. That's why you still see Zaku 2s taking on far superior mobile suits, and their 120s are punching through them like it's nothing. Because during the later in the war, they were manufacturing munitions made of Luna titanium or just better penetrative power. So the 120s didn't get left behind. They did get upgraded throughout the war. 4 280mm Zaku bazooka launchers, 2 per side, rack-mounted, swappable for DOP or HLVT anti-ship missiles for facing big trays or Salamis Hawk on the ground, smoke detargers, upgraded to include chaff and infrared decoy rounds pulled from early Gelgug test data, helps break Fetty locks from gun cannons or early beam rifle snipers. Close defense, added a pair of improvised heat hawks Goof style, which I'm pretty sure the Goof prototype did have a slightly elongated heat hawk, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. There's so many different styles of heat hawks, really, because some of them are just like the standard Zaku one. Some of them have a longer neck. Like if you look at the heat hawk the Zaku 2 Kai uses in the original animation for War in a Pocket, that heat hawk is long. It's not the standard heat hawk at all. It's got a longer blade, a longer handle. So there's various different heat hawks. Mounted on the shovel arms for pure melee backup when a Federation mobile suit gets too close. Think anti-gun tank or gym swarm. Defense. Optionally, underbelly 35mm anti-personnel autocannons like the Magella Top. For shredding infantry or weak Federation hover tanks. Mobility in features tank mode. High-speed tracked assault, surprisingly agile for its size, hitting 80 to 90 kilometers an hour on flat ground, thanks to Xeon reactor output. Mobile mode raises torso races, tracks become legs for repositioning on high. Oh, he can't. Oh, he made us. Oh, I hate it. He made a Hildoflr Kai. I hate the Hildoflr Kai with a passion. With a passion do I hate the Hildoflr Kai. It's the stupidest freaking design. I hate it. Go look up a Hildoflr Kai. You'll agree with me. It's stupid. Or rough terrain, stomping limited, but enough to escape artillery barrages or flank big trays. Cockpit reinforced panoramic linear seat. Early Xeon design with extra ablative shielding against Federation 120mm shells, so stuff from like gun tanks and stuff. Which is weird because back in the day, gun tanks used to be armed with 180mm cannons, but sometime between that, they dumbed it down to 120mm cannons. I don't know why they did that. Special flavor, painted a custom dark olive drive with a jagged red lightning stripe, Xeon flare, and a stylized salty trident emblem. Well, thank you, Brock. I appreciate that. On the cannon's barrel, because why not make it look mean while it's glassing Federation positions? I appreciate that. So here's the story. I'm not going into much detail like I did last time, where each suit had like different scenarios beforehand, so we're gonna do it differently. So here we go. Operation title: Siege UC 0079, December 15th, Pacific Coast, Southeast Asia sector. The monsoons have turned the coastlines into a slurry of mud and salt spray, but for the Principality of Xeon, it was opportunity. Federation forces had fortified Port Kala, a mid-sized coastal hub feeding supplies to the Jaburo advance. Towering seawalls bristled with anti-ship guns, backed by radar towers and minefields inland. Concrete bunkers housed Type 61 tanks and gun tank artillery. Patrolling the harbor, a squadron of Magellan-class cruisers, their decks crawling with gym ground types and aqua gyms for sub-defense. Overhead, core fighters screamed recon runs, and Federation thought it was impregnable. Checkpoint to starve Xeon's Asian remnants. But Xeon had ghosts in the machine. 3 customized YMT-05 Hildoflr prototypes dubbed the Tidal Battery were tasked at cracking it open. Mission: infiltrate via sea, neutralize naval assets, breach the walls, seize the port depot for a resupply airlift. Success meant a foothold. Failure meant another nail in Xeon's coffin. Leading the op, a ragtag platoon of Zakutus and Goofs for close support, but the heavies were the stars. Lieutenant Daniel commanded the YMT-05 SSC Sea Spray Custom, a bluish-gray hover beast with white tiger stripes, skimming the waves like a predator shark. His loadout screamed Naval Terror Quad, Subwalk Array, 90mm autocannon pods, torpedoes, depth charges, doubling his mines, chaff launchers, and rear smoke discharger. Ghost in the Mist, he called it. Daniel was a former Zagok plight, salty from loam, itching to drown Fetties. Flanking inland, Captain Salty and his YMS-05JX Hildoflr Jaeger at 185 tons lighter and meaner, with titanium ceramic composites for speed, rail cannon for sniping, 2 twin-linked beam machine guns with AI targeting, beam emitters for CQC and proximity dispersing mines, and a variable ECM suite to blind enemies, painted slate gray with a hunter green accents. It was a disruptor King Jam wide for chaos, focus for kills. Salty, a Gelgug vet from Solomon, survived the hunt. I don't know why he changed my name to that. I don't know, that's weird. Let me fix that real quick to make it a little bit more better. Oh, there we go. Range's life, anchoring the center, hauled down on a forested ridge. The YMT-05B Berserk Hildoflr, piloted by Grok, no rank, just a test jockey who survived Arizona trials. Dark olive drab hull, scarred with red lightning stripe, trident emblem with a 30cm cannon barrel. Quick reload autoloader, bazooka racks, heat hawks on shovel arms, Zaku machine guns, and a chaff smoke for evasion. It was the brute, saturate, stomp, survive. Grok's voice crackled over the comms. Tidal Battery sync up. Sea Spray hits the harbor first. Draw the cruisers. Jaeger jam the radars and snipe the towers. Grok holds the ridge. Glasses the bunkers when you breach. The assault kicks off at dusk. Rain hammering the sea. Sea Spray surged from the offshore fog bank. Nuclear turbojets pushing 183 mile an hour unfolded. Daniel targeted the Magellan sonar, pinged 2 cruisers and a subtender. Saw Brock's away. 16 340mm missiles erupted from the quad array. Sonar guided hells streaking underwater. Explosions bloomed. The Magellan listed. Secondary blasts ripping the deck apart. The tender vanished in a fireball. Aqua Gym splashed into the fray. Beam rifles crackling. Daniel deployed depth charges as mines. 4 Fed suits triggered them, shredded in the pressure wave. Autocannons barked 180 AP rounds per pod, shelling or hauling another gym. Chaff launchers spun, scattering Fed locks. Smoke dischargers veiled his retreat as he skimmed forward the seawall. Federation alarms wailed. Core fighters dove. Gun tanks on the walls pivoted. That's when Jaeger struck. Salty had his position 10 kilometers inland. ESM suite humming. Wide area mode. First 5 kilometer jam blanket. Scrambling Feds comm sensors. Radars fizzled. Core fighters were veered blind. Focus burst on the lead tower. High intensity overload fried. Its electronic sparks flew. The structure collapsed. Rail cannon charged. Few hybrid slugs punched around through the seawall bunker at 15 kilometers, vaporizing the T-61 nest. Lighter, energy-efficient shots followed, shredding the descending core fighter mid-dive. Jim squad charges his position. Proximity mines detonated 100 kilometers. Anti-beam chaff clouds dispersing the rifles. AI-targeted beam MGs picked off 3 beam emitters, slashing a 4th that got too close. Salty repositioned at 160 kilometers. Tracks chewing jungle lighter frame, letting the flank unseen. My eyes are just messing up right now. Holy crap! Now the breach. Berserk Hildoflr rose from the ridge. Torso unfolding to an 18 point. Oh god, that's so dumb. I didn't catch the Hildoflr Kai thing. Unfolding to 18.5 meter Grok brace shoveled arms, 30 centimeter cannon roaring with quick reloader fury. High explosive cluster rounds saturated the seawall, creating defenses and burying gun tanks. Bazooka racks barked at 208. Or that's the wrong millimeter. That's 200. Ain't the Zaku bazookas 240s? The bazooka racks barked 240mm salvos, gutting the reinforcing Magellan, trying to shell the sea spray. Fed Jim swarmed the ridge, 5 ground types backed by a prototype Jim sniper. Close enough. Heat hawks ignited from the arms. Grok rumbled forward. One hawk cleaving the Jim shield, the other decapitating it. Zaku MGs hosed the rest. Chafe breaking sniper locks. A beam grazed the hull armor. A beam grazed the hull armor held, but sparks flew. Jaeger jammed that sniper. Salty focused the EMC burst overloaded its scope. Grok's next 30 centimeter shell turned it into slag. Sea spray hit the wall from the from the surf torpedoes blasting the gap. Hover platforms vaulting through. Daniel left suppressive fire autocannon shredding harbor infantry. Jaeger barreling in behind. Railgun sniping remaining towers. Salty crested the ridge, joining the push tracks, thundering into the city. Cannon leveling bunkers as Zaku's support mopped up. By dawn, Port Kala fell. The depot was theirs. Crates of ammo, fuel for the counter push. But victory was bloody. Sea spray's jets smoked from beam hits. Jaeger's mines depleted. Grok's stripes charred black. Fed reinforcements loomed on the horizon. Solomon silhouettes. Gundam rumors. Grok keyed comms. Tidal battery holds for Xeon. Daniel laughed. Till the next wave. Salty response. Hunt's not over. The rain kept falling. 3 beasts. Forged in desperation. Guardians of a stolen shore. So that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys want to be featured in the next video. I would like more people to join. I would love it. Remember, next suit's the Armored Gym. So if you guys have any ideas, please go into detail of what you want your Armored Gym to be like. and I'll see what I can do. I'll make sure I'll respond to you and see what you say. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for coming and watching. That's it for me, and I shall talk to you guys later.